everybody, welcome back, and today we are here to do the palette recommendations tag. You guys know, any excuse for me to talk about eyeshadow palettes, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Now, I found this tag by watching Baily B. I'm not sure who did the original video, but I will find out and link it down below. But Baily B is awesome. I will link her video down below as well. She's very concise, knowledgeable, just really down to earth, has a lot of great information. So if you're not following her, I highly recommend that you do. But without further rambling, let's jump into the tag. So the first question of the tag is best for beginners, and for me this was really easy. I know this is a pricier palette, but I think the Too Faced Chocolate Bar is such a good option for somebody just starting to get into makeup, and I feel that way for several reasons. First off, it's super cute. It's gonna make you just excited to wake up every morning and do your makeup. It's very, very good quality. Again, this is kind of an old reliable for me. I feel like every time I go to this palette, I love the look that comes out of it, and I don't have to think that much when I go to this palette. I just think it's such a great palette. And the reason why I think it's such a good palette for beginners is because you get a very nice array of shadows in here. You get some great everyday neutrals with some fun pops of color like this purple, the red, the green over here. But it's not overwhelming when you look at it. So it's a very cohesive palette that somebody could grow with, from just the very basic beginning looks into something a little bit more daring and really getting into some beautiful, more detailed, colorful looks. So I know this is a little bit pricier for a beginner, but if you really want to get something special for somebody who is just getting into makeup, I think this palette, you just can't go wrong. It's one of my favorites. The next question is best drugstore palette, and for me, you guys, you guys are gonna get tired of hearing me say this, but it is the what's now called the Coming in Latte palette, but mine is called Milano Collection from Wet n Wild. This is a beautiful tin pan palette. I love it, and the reason why I think it's the best drugstore value is because I think it's one of the most complete palettes in the drugstore. You get an array of cool tones, warm tones, shimmers, and mattes, and it's a complete palette because you've got a matte highlight, you've got a matte transition, and some deep dark matte shades, and I think that's just essential. And on top of that, you just have some of these beautiful pops of color to really like spice up and vamp up and glam up a look. I think this is one of the most versatile, complete palettes in the drugstore. Best deal for your money. It's like $8. I just don't think, again, you can go wrong with this palette. The next question is best palette for school or work, and for me that's another Too Faced palette. It's the Too Faced Natural Matte. I love this palette. I think a close runner-up for this one would definitely be the Sonia Kashuk Eyes on Neutral Matte palette, which is about $20. This one is $36. The reason why this one won out is really because there's less options and less shadows in here, because I know that when I'm getting ready for work, I don't want to stare at a whole bunch of shadows because I'm going to try and use them all. I just need something simple and compact and easy to use. These are all matte. They're all neutrals. Again, you get a nice array of warm tones and of cool tones that are just going to create appropriate, everyday, beautiful, sophisticated, polished looks. So I just think that if you just want a great day-to-day palette without a whole bunch of options that you're really going to get a lot of use out of, like I said, this one just barely beat over this one because it has less shadows, but you get more of just some basic shadows that you're going to use every single day. And I think it's such an amazing palette. Definitely a standout for me. All right, the next question is what palette is best for natural color? So pretty much somebody who is really addicted to neutrals, how do you kind of pry them away from that and kind of start pushing them out of their comfort zone a little bit? And you know I've talked bad about this palette, not bad, but kind of indifferently about this palette in the past, but I've really changed my mind about it. And this is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. Mine is very dirty. And I love this palette. I think this palette is so great for natural color because you have some beautiful neutrals in here, and then you have some really beautiful pops of color. So you've got your oranges and pinks, your purples, and your blues. So not only do you have just a beautiful array of color options in here wrapped in some just gorgeous neutrals, they're all matte, so they're a little bit less intimidating. They're going to be a little bit more subdued, sophisticated, and you're just going to get some beautiful soft washes of color. So again, this isn't going to be a palette that somebody who is looking to start doing crazy glitter cut creases is going to go to. This is somebody who just wants to add a little bit of color, a beautiful wash to just spice up an everyday look. And I think this is a great beginner palette as far as color goes. If you're somebody who really, really is just attached to your everyday neutrals, this is just going to kind of tiptoe you out of that box just a little bit. All right guys, the next question is, what is the biggest bang for your buck? And for me, again, you're gonna get tired of hearing me talk about these palettes, the revealed palettes from Coastal Scents. I have two, I have the 1 and 2. I love these. These are actually $10 right now on Coastal Scents website, but they're originally 20. You get 20 eyeshadows, so you're talking about $1 an eyeshadow. These are not gonna be the most beautiful, buttery, pigmented eyeshadows you're ever going to work with, especially if you're used to something higher end. But if you're talking about good quality eyeshadows that really create some beautiful looks with a whole bunch of options, these are fantastic. I love this one. This one has definitely gotten a lot of love from me. And then I love, oh no, and then I love the first one as well, which is kind of a dupe for the Naked 1 and 2. These are great eyeshadows. I think these are fantastic. I love these. I freelance with these along with my Lorac Pro. The mattes in here are nice. They're pigmented. You're not gonna, I mean, it's kind of a no frills eyeshadow palette, but I mean, for everyday, biggest bang for your buck that you're really just gonna be able to go to over and over again. I love the revealed palettes. I think they're fantastic. The next question is best palette for your skin tone. And I don't know, I really feel like I don't have a palette that doesn't work with my skin tone. So I really, for this one, I picked the Lorac Pro 2. I think this is a gorgeous palette. I just did a tutorial that I really liked with this palette. And I think that this palette gets kind of pegged as a cool palette overall. And yes, there are a bunch of cool shades in here, but there are also some beautiful warm shades in here. You got cocoa, you got mocha, you have got rose, nectar's really beautiful. That light brown is a nice warm shade. So I think this is great because it gives me a lot of options going either way. I think the Lorac Pro 1 and the Lorac Pro 3 are both overridingly warm palettes. So if you're somebody that likes a little bit of an option, I would definitely go with the 2, because not only are you gonna be able to get some stunning cool looks out of this, you're also gonna be able to get some really beautiful warm looks as well. The next question is best palette for your eye color, and I just gravitate towards those rosy and bronzy and golden colors. I think those type of colors are very complementary to my eye color and really make my eyes seem bluer and brighter. So I could have gone with a number of palettes. I could have gone with the Naked 3, I could have gone with the Semi-Sweet, I could have gone with the Lorac Unzipped palette, but instead I wanted to pick a palette that really encompassed all of those types of shades, and that is the Carly Bible palette. This is such a great palette. I've had this for a while. I've traveled with this palette, and it is just beautiful. You get some beautiful golds, some beautiful bronzes, and then you get these rosy tones up here. The matte, the quality of these shadows is just absolutely phenomenal, and really speaks to how far BH Cosmetics has come. I mean, because I think these mattes are just some of the best that I have in my collection. They're so super beautiful, buttery, pigmented, and then you've got these gorgeous, these absolutely gorgeous shimmery shades. I mean, they're just a joy to work with. They're an absolute joy to work with, and I think just all encompassing when it comes to those type of tones that I really prefer. So that's this one. You can't go wrong with it. The next question is best all-in-one palette, and again, this is a BH Cosmetics collaboration, and this is the Shanna XO palette. I love this palette. I think it's great, and I think it's great for beginners as well, because you get 9 very generously sized eyeshadows in here that are great warm neutral tones, which is generally what most people prefer, is warm tones. This shade can be used as a highlighter, and I have used it as a highlighter. I am covered in eyeshadow. It's right there, very beautiful. And then on top of that, you get a beautiful array of lipsticks. These are very comfortable, traditional creamy lipsticks that are going to be complementary to a wide variety of people and a wide variety of looks. And you can also use these as blushes. So as far as most, you know, kind of overriding options with product, you've got your highlighter, you've got your eyeshadows, you've got your blushes, and you've got your your lip products in here. So again, another really great value for the money. All right, the next question is best for travel, and for me that is always going to be the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea palette. I absolutely love this palette. This palette is not my go-to when I go on long trips, but whenever I'm just taking a couple of days, this is the only palette that I will take with me. I love the eyeshadows in here. I love the bronzer. This highlighter is beautiful and this blush is stunning. It's simple, it's sleek, it's compact, it's all in one. It's sturdy packaging, so I know it's not going to get broken or damaged, and it's got a really nice mirror in there. So I love this palette. I think this is a great palette. If you're looking to pick up an eyeshadow palette from Tarte that you're really going to get a lot of use out of, this one is just one of my favorites, and I really do enjoy this palette, and this is always with me on short travel excursions. All right, guys, and then the last question is palette you wouldn't recommend, and for me that is the Maybelline nudes. I kept buying these palettes. I bought the smoky, the brights, the blush nudes, and the regular nudes, and the rock nudes. So I bought 5 of them, just hoping that Maybelline was going to get it right, and I just kept getting disappointed over and over and over again. And I know people say, oh, they're a great drugstore option, but there's so many other great options in the drugstore right now that you don't have to fall back on a mediocre palette. You can go to Wet n Wild, Milani, L'Oreal. These are all great affordable options in the drugstore for just everyday palettes, plus some fun pops of color. And like I said, I don't even have those to show you because I gave them all away because I just wasn't going to touch them. They were just frustrating me, and I was just disappointed in Maybelline. So if you are looking to build up your eyeshadow collection and you're thinking about those, I would definitely pass and go with like a low palette nude or a Wet n Wild Coming In Latte or one of the Milani's Essential Eyes or Everyday Eyes palettes. Those are going to be so much better. You're going to do yourself so much more of a service if you avoid the Maybelline ones, in my humble opinion. All right, everybody, so that is my palette recommendations tag. I hope you guys enjoy this. I think I did pretty good. I didn't talk too much. Fingers crossed. But I wanted to tag some girls down below. I wanted to tag Madeupmaria, Rebecca Sayers, Christina Sanders, and Hailey Wright. They are all like me. They have smaller channels, but they are fantastic. So much fun to watch. So if you are not following them, you definitely should go check them out. But if I did not tag you and you have a channel, please do this tag. Let me know that you've done it down below. I would love to see your video. But as always, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and talking about makeup with me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Have a rockin' week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.